Amiben Yajnik, I want to begin with you, ma'am, because, multiple tweets, multiple reactions through the course of the morning saying, see what happened yesterday, that there was a gag on unparliamentary words, which I'd want to say, ma'am, this is just 45 pages, which this government has added last year and this year. But the booklet of unparliamentary words goes into 1100 pages. Much of those pages were added by your governments as well. Coming back to today's order, ma'am, one would have understood the anger if this was a 2022 order, but this is also a 2009 order, and the language is practically the same. No dharnas, no religious functions allowed on the premises of the parliament.
See, the context of this particular circular is that the present ruling dispensation is averse to anything that is democratic. You may take out a page from the past and say that yes, the earlier government did this, the earlier government did that. But then that does not defeat the ruling dispensation, because it says that it is a government with a difference. It is not like the other parties. And so I think if it has just done a continuation of the same circular, that's fine. But the intent behind this is that we don't want anybody to raise any voice against the ruling dispensation or make a show of their displeasure over the undemocratic way of functioning, and that is the intent. If you club it with yesterday's Suti, you may say that it is running in 1100 pages, fine, but it does not contain words which the present dispensation has given, which are practically used by every common man in the country. And so that makes this a glaring aspect. And that is why a voice is raised that we want to curb freedom of expression by anybody.
All right, you are saying there's a curb on freedom of expression. Arvind Sawant, Lok Sabha MP, Shiv Sena also joins us. Arvind Sawant, the fact is, these are not new rules. This is not a new circular. It's an old practice. Successive governments have followed it. This government has just gone ahead and issued exactly the same circular, which has been issued, at least in our books, from 2009.
Fact is that they issue the circular and say that it was the practice earlier also, but the words they add, how come they forget the agitation which they conducted against the 2G, 3G? The BJP did not allow to run the house for the entire session. It was democratic. Honorable Arun Jaitley's speech, you can go and see. To agitate is also a democratic presentation of the different thoughts of the. Therefore, the people who want to resort to, nobody desires to, unless somebody suppresses you, nobody desires to. We go to parliament to discuss, it doesn't mean. But if you suppress, they have a right to demonstrate. And where they demonstrate? Near the statue of Mahatma Gandhi ji. And kindly recall the statement made by Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, the late great leader of the country and their party. They wanted to go with the socialism of Gandhi ji. Hindutva later on taken away by them. Today they are suppressing every voice. The other day they issued a circular regarding the use of words. I can understand. Abusive words, I can understand. But you tell me how to express corruption if you don't use the corrupt word.
But sir, that's the point. Mr. Sawant, I'll go and bring in GVL Narasimha Rao as well, but you talk about the word corruption, and I've actually sat and dug it out, and let's talk about even another word, ayogya. These two words were actually introduced in unparliamentary words in 1966, sir. 1966. These are additions which are troubling have been made. I agree.
Suppose at all, if at all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, if it has been done in the past, should the wrong things we should continue? Then why you defame or depose the earlier 75 years? Nothing has happened. These things have happened, no? So therefore you are correcting it, no? So if at all something wrong was going on, can it be taken as a rule? Wait, this was done in the past, why not today?
Fair point, sir, fair point.
Even if the word was there, people were free to speak. Today it is the assault on constitution. Priti ji, today it is the assault on constitution which gives the liberty, freedom of speech, spirit of expression.
Right.
You don't want to either express, you don't want to speak.